Have you ever gotten to your session and you started working with the client, started talking to them right at the very beginning and thought, wow, this is awkward and not going so well? Well, today I'm sharing with you some of my top tips for breaking the ice and starting your session off with a bang. Back to my channel. My name is Kelsey and I am a senior wedding and brand photographer based here in Richmond and Fredericksburg, Virginia, and this channel is my little corner of the social world where I like to share helpful tips and tricks for photographers as well as a little look into my day-to-day life as a photographer. And in today's video I am going to be sharing a few of my top tips for starting your session off with a bang. I remember when I first started working with real paying clients, like the ones who found me and booked me. I had never met them before. They were real clients, not just my friends. I remember showing up to those sessions, and even though I knew what I was doing, I knew how to pose them, I knew how to work my camera, I still felt so nervous and even a little bit shy. And I remember thinking, wow, this is so obvious. The start of the session is just a little cringe. Obviously, I wanted to produce some great images for them, but the start of a session can always just feel a little awkward when you don't know the people, you don't know exactly what they like and how they move, and it can always just be a little bit awkward. But when we show up and we feel nervous and we're acting kind of cringe, that makes a huge impact on our clients, especially our senior clients. Because if they've never had pictures done before, they are already going to be feeling nervous. This is their first time stepping in front of the camera and in front of somebody that they don't know. And if you are nervous, that's going to make them feel way more nervous. When we show up to the session, our job as photographer is to set the tone for the entire session. So when they first lay eyes on us, whether it's them walking up to you at the coffee shop or pulling in the parking lot, you should have a huge smile on your face because you set the tone for the entire session. Whether it's going to be bright and cheery or whether you're kind of shy. Obviously, we all have different personalities, and I'm not saying that you need to go and change your personality, but as a photographer, you set the tone for the session. So showing up and being excited and really cheerful and encouraging them from the very beginning is really going to boost the mood. It's going to boost their self-esteem and set the tone for the entire session. So my first tip, which may seem super obvious, but I've seen with my own eyes photographers who haven't done this, but my first tip is to have a smile on your face as soon as they walk up to you, as soon as they see you. You are setting the tone for an energetic and exciting and really fun experience for your senior the very moment that they see you. So my first tip is to just be excited, have that smile on your face because it will literally change the entire shoot. Those first impressions are everything. So like I said, if you are a more quiet person, you attract more of a quiet kind of senior or client, that's just you and that's your style. But what I have found for me and my clients, my seniors, is that we are just full of joy. So I love showing up to the session just radiating sunshine. I can be a little much sometimes, maybe. But I think it's a good thing because if you're coming into the session being super excited and super joyful and smiling and just hyping your girls up for their senior session, then you are going to change the entire experience for them from the very start of their session. Okay, so my tip number 2 is to simply just talk to them. Showing up to a session and then immediately pulling out your camera being like, let's get to work, is not the best way to start off your senior session. They're walking into it not really knowing what to expect, and so staying positive and giving them some helpful tips right from the beginning is really going to just boost their mood and change their kind of mental game about how the shoot's going to go. So one of the first things that I talk to them about is the game plan. So after, I ask them how they're doing, how school's going, how they're feeling, I like to go through the game plan of the shoot. And so I'll walk them through the different locations that I have in mind, and I'll ask them about their outfits, how many they have, what they look like, which one's their favorite. And then we'll kind of talk through which outfits will work for which location, and then just kind of their thoughts on the shoot entirely. I also like to ask them if they have any other locations in mind that are in the area that they would like to go to, but normally they're like I don't care. It's totally up to you. So I'm like, great, perfect, I got you covered, don't worry. And so talking through outfits, just giving them a peace of mind, knowing what to expect throughout the shoot and where we're going, what they're gonna put on for those outfits, is really just gonna be a big game changer right from the start. So my tip number 3 actually comes from the queen herself, Caitlin James, and I always tell my senior, once we've gotten to the location, we've walked there, we're in our spot, before I ever even pose her, I will tell her that the first 15 to 20 minutes of every single session is awkward. And it's just the truth, you know? Every single session, it doesn't matter whether they've been in front of the camera before, if they've had their pictures taken, whether it's their first time being in front of the camera, it really doesn't matter. Because especially if you haven't met them before, it just takes a few minutes to get used to them, for them to get used to you. And so I just be honest with them, I tell them that. And even as we're walking through those 15 minutes, even if it is still feeling a little bit awkward, I am always hyping them up. I am always encouraging them and telling them how great they're doing. I'm yes girl, get it, you're killing it, you're rocking it. Those are my go-to words, as well as cute. I love saying that. I say it way too much, so I'm sorry if you're watching this and you've had to deal with me saying that. But anyways, I love just encouraging my girls from the very start. And I'll even tell them, like, you are actually killing this. Like, there's nothing awkward here. You are doing amazing. And so encouraging them from the very beginning is just key number 1. It's so important to let them know that they are doing well right from the very start. Even if maybe they aren't really getting a pose right from the beginning, it's still great to tell them that they're doing great. And you make those adjustments where you need to, doing it in a positive way, not telling them, no, don't put your hand like that. You say, hey, let's try doing this, and twisting their hand the other way, or whatever it may be. But using positive and encouraging words to fix the pose instead of just telling them flat out no. Okay, so that was a little bonus tip there, but I always tell them right from the beginning that I don't expect them to be a model. This is their first senior session, or it's probably their first senior session, and so there's nothing to be worried about, and that I will walk them through the entire session, posing them and giving them great directions and making them feel loved. So my last tip actually goes way back to before the session ever starts. Before you get in your car and drive to the location, before she starts planning outfits, and this is to send her my session prep guide. And this walks her through the entire shoot. It gives her location ideas, it gives her outfit tips and tricks. It walks her through how posing works and what to expect from the session. And so the number 1 way to ensure that your senior is going to feel comfortable and relaxed and prepared for her session is to educate her well. And so that's why I love sending these session guides out to them, and even couples, my couples clients. All these tips don't have to just work for seniors. They also work for couples and families and whoever. But I like to talk about my seniors. And so down in the description, I actually have linked to my actual senior session prep guide that I send to my girls. It's a freebie download for you. You can customize it, make it your own, steal all the ideas, and use it for your own senior sessions. And hopefully it'll be a guide to educate them well and make them feel that they are well prepared for their senior session. Because there's nothing more nerve-wracking than showing up to a photo shoot and feeling like you have no idea what you're doing and you're just thrown in front of the camera with this loud crazy girl taking her pictures. And so I just like to make sure that she is so well educated and prepped for her session that she shows up and she's like, I already know what to do, I already feel great and confident and ready, and she is just super excited for her senior session, because that's my number 1 goal, is that she shows up and she's excited, she feels comfortable, and then afterwards she is blown away how beautiful she is, and how much fun she had on the session. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget about the freebie down below. I would love for you to download that and use it for your own sessions. If you like this video, please give it a little thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, I would love for you to follow me. And my Instagram handle is @kelseymarie.photo. And I would love to hang out with you there too. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you next Monday.